sharing to a couple different platforms, and then we should be ready to go. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me go ahead and find my intro music. We'll get the show rocking this morning. Let's see here. Which one is my? That's my outro. That's my intro.
Black Wall Street, do it right, feel good, real life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is the ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street. And we are actually moving in today to our Money and Power series. And here's the deal, guys. I truly believe that we need to talk about more about these two subjects, money and then also power. So in case you're wondering what that is, money is going to be your economics. Power is going to be your politics. In other words, we're talking about cash flow and cash rules. That's right. The flow of money, which is going to be economics, and then the rules of money or the legislation of money, that's going to be politics. Those two areas are the biggest areas of capitalism. And so we're living in a capitalistic society. For some reason, we've been taught not to talk about money and power. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do on this show here. We're going to talk about money and power. So today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, True Detergent, Black-owned and manufactured right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep in Atlanta. You want to give us a call at 678-851-2400. That's 678-851-2400. True Detergent, a 101-ounce bottle, AT certified, halal certified as well. No animal products in this detergent here. It's $15 for this bottle. That means it's 15 cents per wash. And here's the deal. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. The question is, are you going to practice what you preach by circulating your dollar right back within your very own community and switching to True? True Detergent. Make the switch. Not only are we doing free delivery in Atlanta, we also do have nationwide shipping as well. So there's no excuse other than the excuse that you make as to why you won't go ahead and make the switch to True. True Detergent. Make the switch. Now, guys, we got a couple things that are coming up that I want to make you aware of. Number one, we do have our group economics class tonight. So if you want to learn about mutual fund investing and how that all works, you want to go ahead and sign up for that. You want to do that right here in this link here. We're going to be talking about mutual funds, the investing process with those. So you can just go ahead and sign up there. You go ahead and hit that link there, and then you're going to go off and get your ticket so you can be with us here tonight. Registration closes tonight at 6 o'clock. So you want to go ahead and get your tickets to that as soon as possible. We also have coming up as well tomorrow, we're going to be going through our Club Millie plan presentation. So in case you guys are wondering what Club Millie is all about, how we're helping 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year. We're going to practice group economics of $1 million together. Well, you want to go ahead and get your free ticket to there and join us tomorrow so you can get all your questions answered, all the info that you need to know as it relates to Club Millie and what we are doing. Also tomorrow, we do have our March Madness, which is our Dow Jones or Dow 30 National Championship, where we're going through each company in the Dow, 30 companies in the Dow. These are the 30 most significant companies. And this is going to be a great place for you as a beginner to actually join us. And so you want to get your ticket there. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Disney, Intel, Nike, American Express, Home Depot, and Procter & Gamble. So those are companies you should be very familiar with. You probably use their products all the time, but really have never thought about maybe investing with them, or you don't know how to invest. So you want to make sure that you join us for our beginner session. That's going to be the Dow 30 session tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we're going to have our class on Bitcoin. So if you're saying, hey, I want to learn about this digital currency, I hear a lot of things about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just now crossed or excelled past gold, I believe. You want to join us for this. This is the new digital currency. We're going to learn about investing in Bitcoin, what we can do with that. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to be the person that says, I wish I could have, I should have, would have, and all that good stuff. Go and get your ticket so you can learn about Bitcoin. This is a new investment opportunity, and you want to learn what you can about it. So here's the deal, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to offer budget-friendly stock market education. I don't know how long I will. But as long as I will, that's what you have the opportunity to do. So it's going to be your choice of what you decide to show up for, what you decide to take and take advantage of it. Now, let's get into what we're talking about today, which is going to be a money recap. We want to look at Snapchat real quick because that was the hot item. Now, of course, this was something I told you guys we wanted to wait on, but many people went ahead and invested in Snapchat anyway. But regardless of whether you did or not, basically last Thursday or 2 Thursdays ago, it opened up at $24 a share. It's now trading at $21 a day, so $21 a share. So since it opened and the public were able to get Snapchat shares, it's actually down 14%, which is ugly. I mean, if you're down 14% on this particular asset, you're not feeling good about that, but that's where it is right now. I don't know if you're going to wait and hold on to it, see if it bounces back, but there were writings, there were signs, there were writings on the wall about where Snapchat was headed as far as their stock is concerned, not necessarily their company. And that told us at Club Millie, this is something you would have learned if you were part of Club Millie. It taught us or it showed us that we should actually wait before we invest. We want to buy stuff that's low and wait on it to go high, not buy stuff that's overhyped. And that's what we learned with Snapchat. But of course, if you were with Club Millie, you would have learned that. And you quite possibly would have saved yourself some heartache if you are a Snapchat investor. But nonetheless, let's move on. Let's go and take a look at our market recap. Just wanted to share that with you real quick. But let's take a look, see what happened in the market yesterday, what we need to know as we move forward into Tuesday. So yesterday, the Dow Jones, it was down 21 points. The NASDAQ was up 14 points, and the S&P was flat. GoPro was down 5%. Fitbit was down 4%. American Airlines was down 3%. The airline companies did not have a good day yesterday, and Intel was down 2%. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. A couple of key stats that you want to be aware of is that that oil is at $48.73 a share. It was actually up 0.68%. So it's trading at below $50 a share. I love where oil is at right now. Gold is at $12.03 per ounce, and silver is at $16.99 per ounce. So silver has been hovering around the $17 level for quite some time, but that's where it sits right now as it relates to per ounce for silver and for gold. Now, the emotion in the market is going to be the volatility that's driving the market. We're sitting at 64, which is an agreed level. Of course, Warren Buffett says this. He says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. So you just want to be mindful of where the emotion in the market is. Right now, the bulls are winning. So if you're going to be taking a position, a bullish position, make sure you still try to find some value so you don't find yourself in a position like Snapchat where you're overhyped and you're losing money because people start to sell or something like that. Now, as far as the sector performance over the past 3 months, electronic technology has been doing very well, up 12%. Everything else is below 10%. As far as the sectors that have been lagging, energy minerals has been lagging. It's down 9%, almost 10% over the past 3 months. We just did a session last Saturday where we talked about energy minerals and actually trying to find some diamonds in the rough. And I believe we actually were able to find a good diamond in the rough. Of course, if you want to make sure you get that or you signed up for that, if you didn't get that, I won't be able to share that with you. But there may be some diamonds in the rough as it relates to energy minerals because it is the one area, one sector that I would say that most investors are shying away from. And again, if you're going to go by the Warren Buffett philosophy, is that you want to be greedy when others are fearful. So energy minerals is the one place you can find a lot of clearance stocks, a lot of stocks on sale. Whereas if you want to go electronic technology, you're going to find a lot of stocks that are expensive. And so it just depends on your strategy. But I took the liberty of looking into energy minerals and see what I could find. I found some pretty darn good companies that I am going to consider investing in. I added them to my watch list. Now, that's what a quick recap of what happened yesterday or what's going on yesterday. Really nothing else really to talk about. Citrix Systems Wind Resources up 4%. But let's take a look at what's going on today. What do we need to know today? All right, so obviously you guys know that there was a big snowstorm that hit the East Coast, and it's put over 31 million people under blizzard warning. So, but it's going to be business as usual for the New York Stock Exchange. A spokesperson from the exchange said that business continuity plans in place to manage all manner of weather conditions. The market closed for 2 days during Super Sandy in 2012, but that's a rare occurrence. So the market will still be open today, regardless of the snow that's in New York. The NASDAQ also appeared ready to open normally on Tuesday. Gravity says the market, even if markets are open, the move may not be a beat. U.S. stock futures were dragging down a bit. They're currently at 2368 as far as the S&P 500 futures. European markets were mostly negative in early trading through the loss, though the losses were modest. Asian markets ended with mixed results. India's Sensex was the region's top performer, 1.7% gain. The U.S. markets were muted on Monday. The Dow Jones was dipped 1.1%. S&P was essentially flat, and NASDAQ rose 0.2%. Now, oil prices will also be in focus on Tuesday when oil cartel OPEC releases its monthly market update. So we're waiting on OPEC to release their monthly market update today. So that's going to be something that we want to pay attention to, especially if you are an oil investor or you're considering oil investing for your portfolio. Now, Bill Ackman actually did his Valiant. Shares in Valiant Pharmaceuticals are set to get crushed when trading begins. The hedge fund Pershing Square, run by billionaire investor Bill Ackman, announced late on Monday that it sold its stake in the firm. Pershing Square said the investment required a disproportionately large amount of time and resources. The sale will enable us to dedicate more time to our other portfolio companies and new investment opportunities. Shares of Valiant closed at $12.11 on Monday. They have been trading well above $250 back in 2000. Look at that. 2015, Valiant Pharmaceuticals was trading at $250 a share. Now it's trading at $12.11. Wow, that is such a big dramatic drop off. I mean, be interested. That's going to be VRX for your wow, VRX is going to be your stock ticker. So if the billionaire investor Bill Ackman and his company are pulling out, there's something going on, and you need to be we need to be people that's following the money. There's something going on there we need to know about. And I wouldn't necessarily want to be a part of Valiant Pharmaceuticals if the big billionaires are moving away. Now, the British pound was lower against all major currencies as investors reacted to the latest Brexit developments. The British Parliament had passed a bill that will allow Prime Minister Theresa May to launch talks to leave the European Union. May is expected to trigger the official start of negotiations before the end of March. And Toshiba is back in the news again. They delayed its earnings report for a second time, citing difficult circumstances. So there's something up with Toshiba. If they are having a problem reporting their earnings, that is a big no-no sign. That's a big red flag or a big stay away because I believe when they do report, it's going to be something very ugly and it's going to cause their stocks to tank. So it looks like they're stalling to me. Now, the struggling Japanese conglomerate said it needs more time to investigate ongoing troubles at its U.S. nuclear business. A spokesperson at the firm also told CNN it considering a sale of the business unit after it caused the firm billions of dollars in losses. So a lot of losses are going to be coming down the pike when they do report the earnings. So be ready to short, be ready to be ready for this ball to drop on Toshiba. So we got a couple of earnings today. Earnings from Hostess Brands and from Rosetta Stone are expected to report after the close. So the biggest thing today is that the Federal Reserve two-day meeting will kick off today, and then Hostess will be actually reporting their earnings tomorrow. Now let's take a look at a couple other things I want to bring to your attention as far as the news that you can use in the market today. And info that you need to know, actually. As far as three different things, Charles Schwab is launching a hybrid human-robo financial advice. So broker Charles Schwab on Tuesday launched a service that combines its automated investment management technology with human advisors as financial institutions race to offer digital financial advice. So you see where the industry is going for financial services. They're going to digital financial advice. The service called Schwab Intelligent Advisory provides clients with a financial and investment plan, unlimited access to a human advisor via phone or video conference, an investment portfolio of exchange-traded funds managed by computer algorithms. Now, what does this do, guys? Basically, they are beginning to put into place a way in which for them to reduce their staff, which would increase their profitability. When you can have a robot do what humans used to do, then humans are no longer valuable, or they're no longer a commodity. So they're going to be using the robots to give the basic information, the upfront information. They can reduce their costs by firing people and then allowing you and I, who may be with Charles Schwab, to have access to a human if we need it, But more often than not, a lot of those answers are going to be answered to like frequently asked questions, and that robot is going to be able to satisfy that customer. So they're looking for ways in order to cut the fat, be more efficient. And with being more efficient, that typically means that they're going to be cutting jobs. Now, the service, we talked about that. The service for clients with at least $25,000 to invest includes an online platform that keeps track of financial goals and retirement plans. San Francisco-based company said in a statement it will charge a 0.28% fee on assets with a quarterly maximum of $900. So there's going to be a fee for this robo-advisor, but basically it looks like to me they're looking to cut some jobs. All right, then Boeing's back in the news. Boeing and aerospace manufacturers actually backed the United States tax overhaul. So Boeing and about 90 other aerospace companies are urging Congress to overhaul the U.S. tax system, saying a set of changes Republicans proposed last year, including a big cut in a corporate tax rate, will make them more competitive globally and help create U.S. jobs. And so they're trying to position themselves, Boeing's positioned themselves on the side of the Republicans, and they're also looking to help further the advance of this change in the tax system. so that they can be more competitive. But reality is they're saying they want to be able to make more money as a company. That's what they're really saying. So you want to make sure that you're aware of what's going on with Boeing, what's going on, not just with Boeing, but also what's going on with aerospace. So you have a couple of things that if they're saying 90 other aerospace companies are siding along with Boeing, then that would tell us that we want to find out what those 90 other companies are. But the way that we kind of go into that is by looking into the aerospace sector and figuring out which companies are going to be are in the best position to profit from the changes that could be coming forth from Boeing. I mean, from the administration. And then lastly, Intel's in the news as well. Intel, we're going to be talking about them tomorrow. So it's just funny how we're going to be talking about them tomorrow, and they actually are in the news. So Intel has a $15 billion purchase of Mobileye, and it shakes up the driverless car sector. So Mobileye is a technology that allows for the car to drive by itself. So Intel company or Intel Core agreed to buy Israeli autonomous vehicle technology firm Mobileye for $15.3 billion on Monday, in a deal that could thrust the U.S. chip maker into direct competition with rivals NVIDIA and Qualcomm to develop driverless systems for global automakers. So this is going to be the software, right? When we talk about what's coming, right? We talk about driverless cars, and we got all the car makers, right? You got your Ford, you got your Chevy, you got all these different car makers. Well, in order for them to offer those driverless cars, they're going to need the technology or the software, which is going to come through a company like Intel, NVIDIA, or Qualcomm. So if you're saying, hey, I want to get into this space and I want to invest into, driverless cars, then you can say, I want to look at the manufacturer side of the company or of the car companies, or I want to look at the software. And I believe the software is much more valuable than the hardware. So it might be more advantageous to look at, okay, these companies that are providing the software to the global automakers than looking at the automakers themselves. So the pricey acquisition of Mobileye could propel the world's largest computer chip maker into the front ranks of automotive suppliers at a time when Intel has been reaching for market beyond its core computer semiconductor business. So Intel is one of the stocks in the Dow 30 Industrial Average, is one of the 30 most significant stocks in the world, and they have just acquired Mobileye for $15.3 billion. I think that is very, 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 very valuable information. And we're going to be kind of looking at this tomorrow when we go through our Dow 30 investment session. So you don't want to miss that. We're actually going to be talking about Intel. So this is just right on time for us to discuss. So that's really all that's going on as far as in the news today, the info that you need to know. We talked about Snapchat, where it sits right now is at $21 a share. If you got it when it first came out, you're down 14%. Not a good look. We talked about a Money and Power recap. Look at what has happened yesterday, and we also took a look at what's going on in the market today, as long as giving you the info that you need to know to make better decisions as far as your investments are concerned. Well, guys, that's going to be our show today. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator and founder of New Black Wall Street, saying to you guys, we need to talk more about money and power. And hopefully this episode has helped you to make better investment decisions. This episode has been brought to you by True Detergent. True Detergent, black-owned and manufactured in the Atlanta area. Give us a call, 678-851-2400. I'll be in the Riverdale area today making some deliveries. So if you are there, go ahead and give us a call. We'll go ahead and drop your ball off as well. True Detergent, this is the deal. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. The question is, are you going to practice what you preach by circulating your dollar right back within your very own community and supporting a black-owned company? True Detergent, make the switch. Well, guys, ERGJ Certified Financial Educator saying, remember this, it takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You guys have a good day.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared. Hope you